Hi, it's Elisa. Today's letter was written by my mom, Captain Sarah Allgood, on July 6, 1971, her last full day of work in the U.S. Air Force. She writes, "Thank God the work is over. I clean tomorrow." And then she goes out with a bang, literally. The enlisted techs and commissioned officers took her to the NCO club for beers, steak, and a whole lot of love. She got tipsy, emotional, and a little reflective, and she cried when they gave her a going away card. She drank more than usual. Martinis, Kahlua, and pink ladies? And yes, she was pregnant. But in 1971, people just didn't know the risks. What she did know was how much she was loved by the people she was working with, across every rank and background. There's something else that makes this letter so meaningful. My mom had entered the Air Force with a bachelor's degree in nursing. She was an officer, a professional, and she was giving all of that up to become a housewife, because that was considered a deeply respectable path at the time. Women were often expected to choose between career and family, and she chose family. She chose my dad, and she chose me. This is the only letter I have from July 6th. My dad didn't write again for a few days, or at least I haven't found those letters yet. I'm confident he wrote something that day. There are more than 1,500 letters in this collection, and even though I've tried to keep them in order, I have a sneaking suspicion I'll find some tucked in the wrong places as I go. It's also possible some letters were lost or censored. That was a reality of wartime mail. The further we go into this story, the more it evolves. We're seeing what life was really like in 1971, and hearing a side of the Vietnam War that isn't often told. My dad wasn't in the trenches. He was an officer too, a rescue pilot. But his war looked different. But that story matters too. So today, we hear only my mom's voice. A little buzzed, a lot honest, and deeply loved. Here's her letter. Hi, Whittle Chickie. Thank God the work is over. I clean tomorrow. I don't think I've ever been so happy to end one thing in my life. They let me off at 1 to finish up the last-minute shit before cleaning tomorrow. I had to turn in my whites, enclose my club membership, get a dependent card, registration, and clear the credit union. There's no problem at the credit union. I just have to notify them when my discharge is final. Okay? Parker and Valdez took me to the NCO club and bought beer for my going away present. A lot of the techs and Jan joined us. I thought that was nice because I know damn well they couldn't really afford it. They also gave me a going away card. I cried because it was so sweet. I'll miss them more than anyone else up there. I'm not going to miss having to get up every day. I was pretty high when I left the NCO club. Went to Jan's, had a few more drinks, then came down and went to the club, Buck, Jan, and self, for a 2-for-1 steak night. I was starved. The food was good. I had a martini before dinner, wine with dinner, Kahlua and coffee, and 2 pink ladies. Needless to say, that's the most I've had to drink in a long time. I hope you can read this. I got a sweet letter from my hubby today. You're my precious darling. I miss you so much, especially when I go to the club and stuff like that. I got a long letter from your mom today. I think she's pissed because I haven't written. After I quit work, I'll have more time. If I have time to write, I'd prefer to write my baby. I hope I get to talk to you tomorrow night. I miss our phone calls too. The sound of your voice makes me feel so much better. We're having a dinner gathering for Buck Friday night at Jan's. I wish you were here to go with me. God, do I ever wish that. I'm going to miss Buck when he leaves. He has been so sweet to me. He always makes sure I'm invited out with he and Jan. He is such a nice guy. His ex-wife must have gone crazy to leave him. Baby, I'm going to close now. I'm seepy, and I think I'm kind of drunk. I send all of my love and your ration of hugs and kisses. I'll write a longer letter tomorrow. I love you so much. Always love me. Sweet dreams. Forever and always. Sarah. My mom didn't care what rank you held or where you came from. If you were good to her, she was good to you. That's why everyone from the techs to the officers showed up to toast her. She was exhausted, relieved, and a little drunk, but still thinking about my dad and taking the time to write. And this moment captures something bigger. A woman who had trained as a nurse, served as an officer, and was now stepping away from a professional life to become a full-time wife and mother. In 1971, that was seen as honorable, even expected. And she embraced it, wholeheartedly, not as a loss, but as a new beginning. As far as I know, there's no surviving letter from my dad on July 6th, but I believe he wrote, maybe it's buried in the wrong stack and I'll find it later, or maybe it vanished along the way, lost or censored. That was part of the reality of war. But even without his letter, this one from her is enough. It gives us a glimpse into the era, the emotion, the humor, and the deep, devoted love between them, all in the middle of a changing world. If you're moved by these letters and you want to support the project, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/the Allgoods Love. Keeping up with this daily, while also being a full-time mom and business owner, it's a lot. But I really want to keep going. And it really means something to know that you're out there, listening and walking through the story with me. You can also visit theallgoodslove.com to learn more or read along. Thank you for being here, and thanks for listening.